Hey everybody, welcome to the Narkin Network. I'm Dean, the host of the Narkin Network and the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. And I was going to actually present a different video in this particular video. This was due to be episode 244, and episode 244 was actually going to be another topic actually, but I had something strange happen to me earlier this week. Well, I say strange, but it's not really strange when it comes to narcissists. And I decided I'd take episode 244 and actually talk to you guys about it in here, because it is actually kind of weird. But it also has a teaching example in it to do with narcissism and with narcissists and their behavior. And I figured I'd just tell you guys about it here, and maybe you guys might find it interesting. Those of you out there that know me know that I have a couple of different Facebook pages. I have one older one that I don't use anymore. I have one that I currently have that the Narkin Network is attached to. And then I have one that I used to have and use because I used to be a toy collector, and I used to make toy exchanges and stuff and connections off this particular Facebook page that I had. So this is actually all part of my story here. As it turns out, I'm going to say 8 or 9 months ago, 7, 8 or 9 months ago, I actually removed one of the people who was one of my narcissists from my Facebook page. They had been on there from my main Facebook page. They had been on there for years, and I just decided, after not really having much contact with them, and them not really talking to me, and me not really talking to them, they have no business being on my Facebook page. I actually do share a child with this person as well, but that has nothing to do with my connectivity with them on Facebook or anything of that nature. I did choose to keep them on my page for that reason, but I had decided, like I said, a number of months ago, to remove them. So this brings us to this other weird thing that happened. A couple of days ago, I had gone on to one of my Facebook profiles that I don't use, and it was actually the one that I used to deal with toy people that I used to deal with way back when. And I hadn't been on this Facebook page for a really long time. I'm going to guesstimate it might have been a year, it might have been a year and a half to 2 years. I hadn't gone on the page at all for any reason. So I decided to go on the page just to check on it, and I was also actually conducting some security changes to the page, because lots of people are having problems on Facebook with people cloning their pages and stuff, and I decided to go on the page. Now, my ex-narcissist is actually still friends with me on that page, so the evening I decided to go on that page, I went on relatively late in the evening. I'm going to guess and say it was like 10 o'clock at night. And I went on there to actually do, excuse me, 1 or 2 small changes to the page. And in the time I had opened my Facebook page, not my Messenger, but my Facebook page on my computer, I had been on it only for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I wasn't on it very long. And I had noticed that in that time that I had my Facebook page open, when I went to look at a picture on it, and when I went back to the main page, somebody had disappeared off my Facebook page. One of my friends on that friend list, and I don't have a lot of friends on that page, had disappeared off my Facebook page. So I went, that's strange, who the heck disappeared off my Facebook page in the time that I was, or in the short time that I was on that page? Well, lo and behold, it was my narcissist. She removed herself from my Facebook page in the time that I was on that page. That in itself isn't so curious, but the part that is curious about this is that, how the heck did she know that I was on that page? She would have had to have been looking at the page at the time that I was on the page, which she would have really no reason to do. It's just a page mostly full of toy collecting type stuff, and some pictures of that stuff that I did on that particular page. And I don't go on the page with regularity, and for years and years and years she's been on that page with absolutely no problem. So I checked to see if it was indeed her, and yes, it actually was indeed her who had removed herself in that short period of time I was on that page. But again, she would have had to be looking at my page to know I was on that Facebook page at that time. I'm never on that page. Or she would have had to been on the messenger attached to that page to know that I was on that page at the time and that was active. What does that say? She's watching me. And here's part of the lesson in this video. Narcissists, you're narcissist. For people out there who think your narcissist isn't paying any attention to you after a devaluation or after a discard or anything of this nature, they're watching you. The only way she could have known that I was on that page is if she was watching that page in some particular reason. Again, why is she watching that page? I'm never on that page. I haven't been on it for 2 years. But yet, I went on it for a short, brief period of time to adjust 1 or 2 things on it, and she unfriended me from the page. That's when I realized the reason she unfriended me from the page is because she's in a new relationship with somebody. I realized at that moment when I saw her page afterwards that this was probably the case because she had herself listed as in a relationship. But here's the weird thing. I don't care what the hell this person is doing. I don't care what my narcissist is doing after the fact. I don't care if they're in a new relationship. They've been in a number of relationships with different people since that person and I broke up. I don't sit here and observe that person constantly to see what the heck there is up with them, even though they were friends on my Facebook page for all that many years up until a few days ago. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care what my narcissist is doing. They're doing narcissist things. That's what they're doing. And I'm aware of this. I mean, have I researched them before in the past? Yes, because like I've explained on the network, I have kept an eye on my narcissist after the factors of dealing with them or even after me being in relationships with them. Because this is what I do as part of my research on the Narkin network to learn about narcissism and to teach you guys about narcissism. But the weird factor here is that in order for her to have removed me like that, she had to have been watching me. And that's just incredibly weird if you think about it. And it's a lesson to all of you guys out there who think that maybe your narcissist isn't watching you or that they don't give a shit about you. They're watching. They're watching you quite prevalently, I would say, because, like I said, my frequency for being on that page is next to 0. And how would my narcissist known to take me off that page so that I could not see her relationship status on her other Facebook page? She had to have been watching. That's the only logical thing that she could have been doing in order to know to remove me so I couldn't see what was on her page. The funny thing is that at any given time with my narcissist, I generally know what's going on. I do research into them. I watch them. I've been very frank and straightforward about this on the network. I do observe them to see what they're up to. I observe them to see if they're still doing the same things with people. And often, I already know what's going on with this person, so seeing on her personal Facebook page that she was in a relationship was no surprise to me. That's all I'll say there. It was not a surprise. But again, why did she feel she needed to remove me? So I can't see her Facebook page or see her relationship status? I don't give a crap about her relationship status. And I don't really care too much about who it is she's involved with or what the heck it is she's doing. It makes no real difference to me after the fact, except that she's a topic for research and development for my channel, just like any of my narcissists are. But I found this incredibly interesting, and I did talk to a few of my narcissistic expert friends about this, and they all agreed, you know, that in order for her to have done that, she had to have been watching me. There's no doubt about that, because that's the only way she would have been aware that I was on that page after not having been on that page for 2 years. So again, your narcissist is always watching. This will be the title for this particular video in episode 244. It was going to be something else, but I just wanted to tell you guys this short story because I found it kind of interesting. I found it kind of ironic. It goes right along with how the narcissist behaves and what you see from them. And there is a lesson in this. If you guys out there who may think that your narcissist isn't keeping tabs on you or doesn't give a shit about you anymore, they're not watching you or whatever thing, they're out there watching you, trust me. They're out there watching you because this is all part of how they work as narcissists and what they have to do in everyday life to just in order to, you know, propagate their problems and their issues and their behaviors. So anyway, this was episode 244. I'm going to say please stay tuned. I got lots of content coming up on the Narkin Network and also on the I'm Asking the Narcissist channel. I'll see you guys in some other upcoming videos. Have a great day, guys.